Good morning. It's very cloudy and gray here in St. Paul, Minnesota. My name is Sarah. This is the Love Sock Wool podcast. I have taken a huge break from recording episodes since the new year because I have had a lot of elbow pain. So I had to really cut back how much I was knitting. I still was knitting, but I was majorly cutting back on how much time I was spending knitting. So I've been going to physical therapy for my elbow, and it's been getting a lot better, and I'm encouraged because I was really worried there for a while that I was like, I'm just not going to be able to knit anymore, and my life's over. It's not, but that's how I respond to pain. I also have a very low pain tolerance, but anyway, I seen my elbow today. I sit every day, but it's been doing much better because I've been, like I said, I've been going to physical therapy, and so I have a whole list of strength, like forearm and shoulder strengthening exercises and a couple of different stretches that I've been doing that is really helping. And if I do it consistently, I've really been noticing a decrease in my pain. I'm not 100%, but I'm a lot better. So today's we'll call it a little mini episode. It's just a little update. I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. And I've missed you, and I've had so many kind messages from people telling me they miss my podcast, and I thank you so much for that. Thank you for missing me. And so I'm just gonna jump right in and show you what I have been working on, and it's a lot because it's from the past like 3 months or so. And I'm also sick. I've got a really bad head cold, so I'm sorry if I have to cough or sneeze or whatever, or pause to go blow my nose. That little monster right over there, she is responsible for this cold. That's why I'm wearing red lipstick, so I don't look so dead. So anyway, it's also Friday the 13th. It's gonna rain all day, and tomorrow we're supposed to get 8 to 12 inches of snow with blizzard-like conditions. So there's that. And there's no school today. And Ben has to go to DC all weekend for a work trip, so I'm going to be single parenting while I'm sick, and there's no school. Double whammy. But let's talk about this mug. This is my anniversary mug. So I've had my birthday, I've had my anniversary since last time we spoke. I've been married for 18 years. Can you believe that? And so I got myself, well, Ben got me, but we were at the store together. We went to Anthropologie, and they have these beautiful, like, kind of mint green, just really vintage looking mugs, and it's very big, wide mug. I really love it. It's my favorite. So I'm having some regular tea. It's a decaf regular tea by Typho. I don't know. I think it's a UK brand. I think I got it at World Market. I just got it because it's regular tea and it's decaf. So yeah. So it's my birthday, and I got some yarn for myself for my birthday. So I'll show you my birthday yarns, and I'll show you my non-yarn present. I gave Ben and Priscilla, they went to Sephora together. I gave them a list of 3 different Chanel perfumes, and I said, you got to pick one of these. So that way I'm surprised for my birthday, but I want perfume for my birthday, but I want one of these 3 fragrances. So he got me this one. Chance Chanel. You guys, if you had not smelled this, next time you go to a Sephora or Macy's or wherever they sell Chanel fragrances, this smells so good. It's like a light floral fresh scent. It's not real heavy, and this is the Eau de Toilette, and it's the, I don't know, what is it, Eau Vive? I don't know, whatever that says right there. I think there's a couple of different Chance perfumes. There might even be 3, but this is the pink one. I love it. It smells so good. So next time you go to Sephora, spray some all over your shawl that you're wearing, and then you can smell it for pretty much ever. As long as you don't wash your shawl, you can smell it forever. So that was my birthday present, and I'll show you some of my yarns that I acquired for myself for my birthday. Okay. In no order, no specific order, but 2 very precious skeins I got from Molly of a Homespun House. So this one is called Maybe Baby, and this one is Poppy. No, not Poppy, Polly, sorry. But they look pretty together, and this is reading like kind of hot pink, I think, but it's really a lovely like poppy red. It's kind of like my lipstick. And this is, both of these are in the merino cashmere. Isn't that gorgeous? I honestly can't decide what I want to make with it. If I want to do like a shawl, like maybe Molly's alpine shawl, which I would love to knit that, maybe with these two. Or if I want to do socks, I don't know. But they're so beautiful, and they're extremely precious for many reasons. A, because Molly dyed it and I love her yarns, and B, because this is so exciting. She's moving to America, so I don't think she's going to have access to this base anymore. So this might be all I ever have of this base. So now I'm hoarding it. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. But I just love looking at it. I always have it out in my basket on my sewing desk here, so I can just look at it. It's gorgeous. Okay. And then that Lauren of lolodidit, I got myself some Quibbler. This is one of her Harry Potter colorways on Lolo's favorite, which is her MCN base, which I adore. It's so pretty. I love it so much. And I cannot wait to try Lauren's new L'Original base, which is a base that she had developed for her, specifically for her shop. I do have one of her sock sets on order for that, so I will definitely share that whenever it comes. And then I got Yeti Goes to Hogwarts. So I'm excited that Lauren's doing, like, in addition to her hippo line, she's gonna have a whole Yeti line. And okay, I'm just gonna show my ignorance right now. What is a Yeti? I don't even know what a Yeti is. Priscilla seemed to know. Do you guys know what a Yeti is? I think she just came in the door. Everybody's home today, so we might get interrupted a lot. But look at these greens and purples. I kind of like to think that all of these colors represent the different houses of Hogwarts. Is that right? Am I interpreting that right? So anyway, this is exciting, and it is on the plush base, and I can't wait to knit socks with it. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, so there's that. There's more, because it was my birthday. One of my favorite dyers of all times, the Chanel of the indie dyers, Miss Lovely Kristen, Wool and Vine Yarns, and this is Edinburgh. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that. It's so, so, so gorgeous. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but it's going to be very precious, whatever I do make with it. But right now it's being hoarded, which is not good. I shouldn't hoard, but when yarns are this beautiful, you just, like, they just look, like, look at that. That's just joy right there. All that color. Oh, love it. Okay, last but not least, this is Mr. Leading Man Fiber Arts, Steve and Andy, and it's the April colorway Head in the Clouds on the Show Stealer MCN base. Isn't that so, so beautiful? These will definitely be socks, I think. I love it. I love that Leading Man Fiber Arts does colorways of the month, because it's really fun to collect them. And this is the first one I've purchased this year. Last year, I think I got just about all of them except for maybe the last one. And this is the first one I've gotten this year. So I can't wait to see what May will be. If he's doing May. See, I don't know that he does a colorway every single month, but most months he does a colorway of the month. And it's so exciting to see what it will be. I'm sorry, I sound so congested and so gross. Okay, let me get organized. All right, do I have finished objects? I don't really have finished objects. I think I have like one thing to show you, and it's a sockhead hat that I finished for Juliet. I don't even remember when. Maybe back in January, and it's with lolodidit yarn. in the Vertigo colorway. It's kind of reading neon, but it's not really neon. It's more of a, like a mint green with pops of purple. And she has worn this tons. It's a little bit stretched out, and it's kind of, it's dirty. I mean, look, see, you see the dirt all over. I need to soak it in some wool wash and give it a good wash, but yeah, it's really cute. I wear it too sometimes, but yes. And this is on the MCN base. I look like a sick person. I look like such a sick person. I don't think this color is actually good against my skin, but it looks really cute on Juliet. Just playing in the Legos. Total mess. We're excited because I don't think spring is ever gonna come. It's not, because we're getting ready to have another blizzard this weekend. Oh, excuse me. But we want to make a fairy garden this summer. So I need to look online in the like the neighborhood app or something for a used wheelbarrow. And we're gonna go to Menards and we're gonna get a bunch of topsoil and some flowers and plant a fairy garden. But I don't want to spend much money on this. Have you guys ever made fairy gardens? So what she is doing is she has to look through the whole house in all her toys and the Legos, calico critters, little people, Playmobil, and find like little things, little toys, just random little toys that we can use to make a fairy garden. So we've got a basket that I set aside, so every time she finds something, she's supposed to put it in that basket, and we're gonna save all these little things to make a fairy garden if spring ever comes, which right now it's not, and it never will. I've adopted a very bitter attitude about the weather. Okay. What are we going to talk about next? I don't know. Let me pause for one moment and go blow my nose and regroup and figure out what I'm going to show you next. I can breathe a little bit better now. I had to blow my nose, and then I realized I had to touch up my lipstick again. So if you wanted to see what color I'm wearing, it is, I don't think you can see what that says. It actually doesn't say anything. It just says BC Red because it is Beauty Counter. It's the only red I think they have, but it's an online makeup. For a while, Target had a limited release of Beauty Counter, but it was limited, so it's not there anymore. But you can purchase this online, and it's just their red one. It's very bright. Honestly, it's too bright for me. I won't wear it out in public, but I'll wear it on YouTube. But yeah, I always have to blot because it's so bright. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's talk about some socks and some whips, and some shawls. Okay, let's do some socks first. Let's see. I can't remember when I cast these on. It was maybe a month ago. And these are from my friend Dayton, who has been wanting a pair of hand-knit socks. And this gorgeous, gorgeous yarn is, it's all Leading Men Fiber Arts, but the main color is Anne's Story. I love how it's knitting up. And then this is Rumor Has It. And this is that tubular cast-on hack that I posted on Instagram. I'm on Love Sock Wool on Instagram, so if you want to go follow me there, you'll see the info for where you can find this amazing 1x1 tubular cast-on that is super easy, and it's not as fiddly as the traditional way of doing a 1x1 tubular cast-on. Okay, and then my heel flap is Love You to Pieces, and yeah, it's I think Dayton said he wears a size 13, so these are a little bit bigger than I normally have to make men's socks, so it's taking a while to knit these. But I do have the second one going, and I just cannot tell you how much I have been enjoying knitting these socks. All of these yarns are on the Leading Men Fiber Arts Show Stealer base. Oh, good. Oh, this for the garden? Perfect. Go put them in your basket.
No.
Why? If you don't, then we'll lose them.
Can I work on the garden right now?
Well, you can find all your stuff to put in the garden
This is a
It's kind of
black
cold
guy.
outside.
Look how cute he is.
Yes, very
I
cute.
even found Noah.
Perfect.
See, I found all of these in the Lego box.
Perfect. I bet there's a lot of things in there that you can
Mama, I have
use.
more of those diamond thingies.
Okay, perfect. Save them for later, okay?
I'm gonna go work on the garden right now.
Okay. Okay, go work on your garden.
Okay.
All right, so I've got to this point with sock number 2. I love it. I love it so much. And what did I say that all of these yarns are the Show Stealer base, which is the MCN base? And I would say for the past month, I have been completely obsessed with any MCN base. Like, that's all I want to knit with, because it's just so soft and plush and squishy, and it just knits up so satisfyingly. It's the best. So yeah, look at this. I'm like 3/4 done with this pair of socks. So I'm rather proud of myself. It's kind of one of the only socks I've been knitting on in the past month. And I've got my DPN Cozy from Little Bobbins. This is the only one I have of from her. I would love to get more, but I'm not sure if she's making them right now. I have to go check. Go check her shop and see. So yeah, Danny of the Little Bobbins podcast. She's in the UK and she's amazing. Okay, good job. I like that. So this is all in my French supply bag, and I'm trying to, as I get pins like in the mail or whatever, or if they come like with yarn, I'm trying to add them all to my bag. This is my favorite one from the Legacy Fiber Arts girls. Isn't that cute? And look, okay, look. This little sheepy is wearing socks. Isn't that adorable? Love it. Okay, so next sock I have been really enjoying working on. This one I actually cast on yesterday. So I was sick on the couch. So I was like, I just feel like casting on a sock. So I did. And this is Woolen Vine Yarns in I Am No Bird on her MCN base, which I've had for a while. And this is like kind of a frog skein because I had tried knitting it up in a couple other different things. So yeah, I finally decided, yeah, it just needs to be a sock. So had to do toe up because I didn't feel like doing ribbing, so I cast on with Harkness Angel's Governess colorway for the heels and toes. And the Fish Lips Kiss heel. So yeah, I'm like almost done with this sock. I haven't decided yet how long I'm going to knit the leg because I'm trying to rethink how I like to knit my socks, because normally I like to knit a really long leg with a good chunk of ribbing, but I've been finding when I actually go to wear them that they end up bunching underneath my leggings. Usually I wear leggings and boots, and so there's too much fabric actually. So I'm rethinking, why am I knitting such a long leg and cuff if it's not as comfortable to wear? So I may not knit this leg quite as tall. I might just kind of maybe knit about 50 rows past the heel and just do a smaller amount of ribbing. I don't know. I'll just decide as I go. But again, Jane Eyre, you guys. I Am No Bird by Woolen Vine. This colorway is so complex, just like Jane Eyre herself. I often I'll knit and just stop and just look at it and find colors that I didn't see before. It's truly magical and I love it. Oh, and I'm using some new sock needles that I got from Knit Picks. This is their new line of radiant needles. I think that's what they call them. They look very similar to Harmony, but the colors are more like orange and purple. I know it's hard to tell. My lighting is not very good because it's very cloudy out. But anyway, they're just, there, that's better. Oh yeah, that's better. They're beautiful. And they're lovely to knit with. So I got my 2.25 millimeter size I normally use. And then I have a 2.5 millimeter pair. So yeah, I really, really like them a lot. Okay. What else was I going to show you guys? I've got other projects. I'm working on another sockhead hat, also for Dayton. And he picked this color. This is Dream in Color Smushy with Cashmere. And I love it. It's beautiful, but I'm in ribbing purgatory right now. My goodness, it takes forever. But it'll be worth it. And this yarn is absolutely scrumptious. And it's called Green Lantern. So I sent him a couple different of the solid colors of Dream in Color Smushy with Cashmere, and he picked the green. So, oh yeah, and this is also the Harmony, not Harmony, Radiant. Aren't they beautiful? I mean, look at that. I love knitting with wooden needles. It's just very gentle and soft on my hands, and I just love it. I always go back to wooden needles usually whenever, as you know, I have many types and kinds of needles, but I always go back to wooden. Okay, more Jane Eyre that I must share with you. So Lauren of Lolodidit has come out with her own Jane Eyre colorway, which is so beautiful, and I love it. This color is reminiscent of Jane wandering the moors amongst the heather, running away from Mr. Rochester, and then running back to him. Go read the book. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read the book, because I don't want to spoil it for you. It's the best book in the world. And see, it's even right there, Jane Eyre. I don't know if that's in focus, but whatever. It's beautiful, and I love it. And it is my stitch marker for my Jane Eyre shawl. So this shawl is the Cadence shawl by Helen Stewart, Curious Handmade. It's a very simple half pie shaped, or whatever, semicircular, I don't know. I think it's a half pie shape. Garter stitch shawl with just regular increases here and there. It's very soothing and mindless. And so I'm on the like garter section, and then when you're done with this section, you use another color and you do this kind of, I want to say it's like kind of like a chevron-y type ruffle border. I'm probably saying those words wrong, but it's beautiful. I'll try to not necessarily link, but just right below in the down bar, the names of whatever patterns I'm working on, so that then you can go look them up on Ravelry. So yeah, I'm really enjoying knitting this. It will take me a while to knit it. It's a lot of knitting, and I can't kill my elbow, so I gotta take it slow. But I'm so excited to have more Jane Eyre yarn in my life. I love it, and I love that Lauren really enjoyed reading Jane Eyre and was inspired to make a colorway of it. It's so much fun. Okay, so there's that shawl, and then that's one of the main shawls I've been working on. And then where did I put the other one? I'm working on another Helen Stewart shawl. Okay, as many of you know, Helen is in the midst of her Impressionist Mystery knit-along shawl, and I think we're getting ready for Clue 3 to be released on Saturday. And I wasn't planning on doing this mystery knit-along. I do not have a good track record with even remotely keeping up with a mystery knit-along, and especially with my elbow, I really can't. But anyway, I decided kind of last minute that I really wanted to do it, and you know, I'll just take my time. So I'm already like 2 weeks behind. So I'm still working on Clue 1. So I will go ahead and show it to you, because I think I mean, like I said, she's getting ready to release Clue 3 tomorrow. So I think there's been a lot of pictures already of Clue 1 out there. I don't really know what Clue 2 is yet, because I haven't downloaded it yet, and obviously I don't know what Clue 3 is, and I don't want to know, so I want to be surprised too. But I'll show you what I've gotten done so far. This is Clue 1, and I really, really love it. I'm using 3 different colors of hedgehog fibers skinny singles, and this is another one of my fun little nitty bird stitch markers. This one is Pride and Prejudice. Okay, so the main, or color A rather, right here is film noir. And then the kind of bluey color is Monet for color B. And then color C is birthday cake. So here's film noir. Oh my goodness. Juliet went out the window. She's on the back. She's on the roof. How did I not even see that? It's fine. She does that all the time. And then here's Monet. Excuse me. And I've got birthday cake, but hold on. I'm going to stand up and see if I can get it. Okay. Sorry about that. And here's birthday cake. And all three of these colors, I have knit socks in them in the hedgehog's sock base, and they were just my favorite. These are my three favorite colors that Hedgehog Fibres does, and I just wanted to put them in a shawl in the skinny single space. So yeah, are any of you guys doing this mystery knit along? I'm sure there's no way in the world I will get it finished while it's being released and so forth, but that's okay. I figure it'll probably take me the rest of the year to finish it, along with my Cadence shawl, and that's okay. That is life. Okay, I have more ridiculous projects that I have cast on, because I don't know who I think I am, but that doesn't stop me from living in a fantasy world of what I think I can knit. But I have always wanted to knit a featherweight, and this time I'm really going to try to do it. So I have cast on yet another featherweight cardigan, and this time it's in Legacy Fiber Arts in the, oh careful Juliet, in the Mayer colorway, and it's right here. I've got 4 skeins. I hope that's going to be enough. I don't know if it will be, but I'll make it work. I will make it work. So I think I'm about halfway with the sleeve increases, and one of my friends recommended doing some short rows along the back here, just so that it kind of helps it come up a little bit in the back. So I did that. I mean, you probably can't even tell, but I did do it. I don't know if it'll make any difference, but hopefully it will help with the fit. I don't know what size I'm doing. I'm doing a big size. I think I'm doing the, well, not, I don't want to use this word. It's very murky waters, but I'm doing the 42 because you're supposed to use a US 6, and I am using a US 4 because I like the gauge I get with a 4. So I went up a size on the sizing. I don't think I even did a gauge swatch, which is probably bad, but whatever. Clearly I like to live dangerously. So yeah, I am enjoying this, and I got myself a set of fixed circular zings in the US 4. It's kind of this pukey green color. So, oh, and look, Little Women. I have all of my book stitch markers in use. So yes, and I don't work on this every day. I just pick it up and knit on it every now and then when I feel the urge to do so. Okay, I have been working on my Cozy Memories blanket. The 60 stitch one is getting bigger. It really is. So I think since, let me see, I'm not sure. I'll just show you. I think this is where I was last time. This is Vertigo. I'm trying to, like, when I do finish a project, to just quick get a square knit onto my blanket, just so I get that memory preserved. So lolodidit Vertigo. This is also lolodidit, the Purple People Eaters. I knit a pair of socks for Marshall for his birthday, and because he's a huge Vikings fan. Excuse me. So I got that in there. And then this one is, that's another crafty girl in Fairy in Training. Leading Men Fiber Arts in Trapdoor. This is Camel City Dye Works in Bug Juice. I knit a pair of socks with that last year. And this is also lolodidit in the burrow, which I love so much. I love that color. Then over here, I've got, this is lolodidit. I think it's in her Lucky colorway. It was a little mini that I think I put this color in Hippo for Halloween maybe. And then this one is, what is this? Wool and Vine Yarns in Spinderella. I love this colorway. I cannot wait to knit socks with this. I had cast on a shawl with it, but then changed my mind and frogged it. I hadn't gotten super far, and so I think I probably will knit some fun like Halloween socks with Spinderella. I love it. So that's where I'm at. So I got another row started. I need to get another square going on it. I try to always have a square going, but I haven't started another one just yet. And this is my small bag of yarns. These are all yarns that of finished projects from last year, 2017, that I want to get knit into my blanket because I haven't done it yet. So these yarns have not been memorialized yet. Actually, you know what? I do have another finished object. So this is Leading Men Fiber Arts in Greased Lightning, and I knit Juliet a little pair of socks. She's been wearing them. I would show them to you, but I think they're in the wash right now. She loves them, and they were quick to knit up. So yeah, I've got to get all of these knit into my blanket. What else can I show you? Okay, I actually have had some personal sewing done, and I finished a quilt. I finished this probably a month or so ago. It's huge. It's Quilt As You Go, and it's the Solstice Parade by, what's that girl's name? Jira Brandvig. And what I did was I sewed every square exactly the same, so that way it would create like a chevron look and a diamond look. So you see that? Isn't that cool? It's huge. I think I did, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did 16 squares total. So it's 4 by 4. So the whole thing is a square. And I'm trying to remember how big the batting squares were initially. I think they're 16-inch. Yeah, I think these are 16-inch squares. And I did 16 inches and 16 squares. So do the math. I don't know what that is, but it makes a lovely big cozy quilt. And I got wide flannel backing from Joann's. All of this fabric is from Joann's. I wasn't even planning to make this quilt. I just was in there for something else, and I just kept seeing all these fabrics, and I just kept throwing them in my cart and just decided on the spur of the moment, I'm gonna make a quilt. And all of the fabric was on sale. I think I got everything for like 30 bucks. Or at least this fabric. The backing, I don't remember how much I paid for the backing, but it's Joann's. They have coupons. This was a very affordable quilt to throw together, and I just love it. And yeah, so I'm kind of developing quite the collection of handmade quilts, which is really fun. And I've got another Solstice Parade in the same style that I'm working on for my sister-in-law, that I only have like one square done. And I haven't finished that one because I think I stole all the batting to make this one. So now I can't work on the other one because now I don't have any batting for it. So I gotta go get some more batting. And I have so many quilt whips that I have on the go that I just have not finished. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. You work on what inspires you in the moment, and that's kind of my MO. Okay. So, other sewing. I have been sewing some bags for my shop that I had hoped to list this week, but I was too ill to do so, so it'll probably be next week. But I have a whole line of Tula Pink bags that I have been working on, and I love these. This one I think is my favorite. It is from the Spirit Animal collection, and I'm calling this Hermione's Patronus because it's an otter. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. I just have to make the handles for these, and then I can get them listed. And then this is the lining. It's so pretty. So I've got there'll be 2 of these. I have more to make, but I haven't gotten them all made yet. Then this one also might be one of my favorites. It's the tortoise. Do you see it? It's right here. Like there's its head, its little arms or feet.
Wait for me.
So this is from the Slow and Steady collection. So like the tortoise and the hare. Isn't that pretty? I want to keep one of these so bad. I have 4 of the tortoise ones. And then where's the hare? Oh, I haven't sewn up the hare yet. I've got 4 of the hare, or like the rabbit. I also have owls. And I think this one is from the All Stars collection, if I am not mistaken. I love Tula Pink. Her colors are so vibrant. I've never seen any other fabric designer with patterns like her. It's just, she's really cool. So yes. I also have some Tula Pink bags in the works with squirrels, purple squirrels. So I've got the hares. Hold on, let me grab it. Let me see if I can show it to you. I'm sorry for going off camera. So these have not been sewn yet, but they're ready to be sewn. So here's the hare. Do you see his face? Or her? I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I don't know. So this one, the hair is kind of more to the side, and then some of them, the hair is kind of more centered. So there is some variation. That's the thing with like big prints. Like you can't always, because you don't want to waste fabric. So when you're cutting out fabric for bags, like you have to be careful with how you're cutting it out. But yet you want them all to be centered, kind of the same. But you can't always make that happen. So this one's in the middle. This one's more on the side. So hopefully next week I can get these sewn up, and then this is the lining. So I just love Tula Pink. There will probably be more Tula Pink bags coming once I get this batch sewn up. So I'm trying to think, what else was I going to talk to you about? What have we been reading and watching? So I'm going to wrap up in my quilt because I'm cold. We've been kind of obsessed with Parks and Rec. So we've been watching lots of Parks and Rec, and Ben has never seen it, so we've been watching that from the very beginning, which is hilarious because Ben is an amalgam of Ron Swanson and Chris Traeger. If you could put those 2 guys into one person, it's Ben, which is hilarious. So it's gonna be really fun to watch Ben watching Parks and Rec, because right now he doesn't get why he's like Ron Swanson, because we're still in season 1, or actually no, we just started season 2, so they're still developing the characters. But anyway, it's so much fun. So that's kind of what we've been watching. I tried to watch these mysteries on Amazon Prime. I think it was Amazon Prime. The Ruth Rendell Mysteries. I think I'm saying that right. Because the first one, it's like a whole series. The first one had Colin Firth in it. And I think he was kind of the bad guy, but I'm not really sure because the whole thing was very dark and complicated, and I actually don't recommend them because there was no hope or redemption in the mysteries. Like it was just dark, and it's the like psychological thrillers. And that's not really my jam, but I still it was interesting to watch it with Colin Firth as one of the characters. And this was before he was Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. I think these were made in 1994, and I think Pride and Prejudice came out in 1995, I think. So it was fun to see Colin Firth in another production. Books I have been reading. I've been reading. I just listened to an audiobook by Jane Eyre called If You Only Knew. This is a faith-based book. It's just her story she has an incredible story. She also has a podcast called The Happy Hour with Jane Eyre, which I do recommend. So I'll try to put the name of that below if you want to go check it out. It's like, I think it's on iTunes and wherever you get your podcasts. You can just type in The Happy Hour and you'll find Jamie. But she just read a book and it's really encouraging. And she has an incredible story of what she's been through and how she has come to follow Jesus, and it's a beautiful story, and I've been very encouraged by it. So I do recommend If You Only Knew. And then another like more devotional book that I just got in the mail this week, because it was also recommended on a podcast that I was listening to, is A Diary of Private Prayer by John Baille, I guess. So it's like 30 days worth or 31 days worth of prayers. And there's a morning one and there's an evening one, and there's even, each day has an empty page if you want to jot down notes or journal. But it's really good, because like if you're struggling with prayer or even knowing how to pray or what to pray, and you just are coming up blank, sometimes it's very encouraging to read a prayer, and it gives you words for feelings you don't even know how to express. So I'm excited to keep reading this. I've only read like one day's worth, but I think this will be good for just morning praying and meditating. So I'm excited to keep reading that. And then on the fiction front, usually the only time I read is at night before I fall asleep. So not for very long, because I kind of need to read something that helps me fall asleep. So nothing like crazy or suspenseful or stressful. I need to read something that's interesting but also kind of boring so that I can fall asleep. And Bill Bryson fits the bill for that in his book called At Home. The whole book is, so he lives, I don't know if he still lives in the UK, but when he was writing this book, he lived in the UK, and he had bought with his wife an old rectory. And so the entire book is basically the history kind of that house and the history of houses and why the kitchen is where it is, and how bathrooms developed over time in history, and in the kitchen, and like, why are salt and pepper table spices? Like, how did that happen? Who chose this? And it's basically just random information that is interesting, but it's also kind of boring. So if you need help going to sleep at night, it's a good one to read. So I've been enjoying that. I've read it a couple times before, so I just pick chapters I feel like reading. Like, I think I'll read about the bathroom is gross though. Like, he tells like the disgustingest stories about like hygiene and how things developed over time, with especially in the city of London, and how gross things were, and sewage and everything. So some of the stories are a little gross, but and like rats coming out of the toilets and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it's all good, clean fun. But disgusting too. I also just got this book in the mail. Have you guys read this series or heard of this series? It was also recommended to me. I have not read it and I don't know much about it, but it's dystopian and it takes place in space. I think on Mars and other planets. So I am excited to read this. And I don't have a lot of physical books right now. Most of the books I read are on Kindle. But I've been noticing at night that it's hard for me to settle down and just being prepared to go to sleep when I constantly am looking at a screen. I need to stop looking at screens, so I don't want everything I'm doing to be somehow related to a device. So I need a physical book, so I ordered myself this. So I hope I like it, because I really want to read a really, really good book, a really good series, and it also to be a physical book that I can hold in my hand and not be on a screen. So, have you guys read this? Do you know anything about it? Is it good? I hope it's good. So, I think that's all I have to share with you guys today. I thank you for watching and for sticking with me, and thank you for your patience while I've been taking a break from podcasting. I'm just throwing this up on YouTube. I'm not going to link it in the Ravelry group. I'm just putting it up on YouTube. I'm going to be very minimalist, and going forward, I'm probably just going to throw up episodes as I have time and energy to share. So yes, I hope that is agreeable to you guys. It kind of has to be, because that's just what I need to do right now. So I hope you all are well and enjoying your knitting and in your books and your lives and your families, and God bless you, and thank you for watching. And if you want, follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, and I'll see you later. Bye.